Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You feel it. The suspension. Asomtom SR6. It's another e-bike. Got sent it again. Companies love me. I promise they do. So this I have, obviously, with all the videos on this channel, I essentially open them up, put them together, kind of speed through that expeditiously so you don't have to really watch me do any of that. There's people making noises. So let's open up this box. Let's see what's inside of it. I'm sure it's going to be like all the other ones where we just put it together and rock and roll. I know what you're saying is, why do you still not have shoes on? Listen, I have an extra toe. And most of the shoes that I wear, I can't manage to shimmy it in on the right. So before I get surgery, I have to deal with my bunions and my extra toes for it. So just stop worrying about my shoes. Inside of the package, we get a little section here that has some pedals. Little Allen set. We've seen these. It comes with all of them. Those are nice tires. 26 by 4s. It's a big boy. Wow. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So the H5 air suspension, rear shock, and we do have hydraulic front regular suspension, so springs. Asomtom. 26 by 4 tires. Those are some big boys. And what's interesting about this setup with these handlebars is the display is built into the handlebars. It's not an actual external display. Inside of the box, oh, we're gonna have to put the rotors on. The charger, 54.6 volts at 2 amps. One extra Allen key that's probably for the disc itself. So we are gonna have to put this disc on the front wheel. It's a little interesting that that's not on there by default, but I guess because of the packaging on the inside, we're gonna have to do that to, okay, that's no big deal. We should probably do that first though. Or we could just do it where we have no front brakes. That's fun, just like that. Make sure that those are all lined up good. Always tighten in corners. I feel so successful. I just put a disc on. It's the first time ever doing that. Handlebar on. Nice handle grips. So it does not come with a pedal wrench, so keep in mind that you're going to need that to tighten up your jams. So the head unit on this is actually built into the... I guess I was a little wet. Let's get the seat adjusted, tight down. As far as our group sets are concerned, we do not have Shimano. We do have a Bafang 750 watt. Interesting crank. See how many pounds are in here. That was an air pump tool. You use that for your rear suspension or your front forks if you do have air forks, able to stiffen it up or loosen it up. And I figure I'm about 325 pounds, so maybe about 350. I figure that if I'm fat enough, 40 pounds in there. Keep in mind that 40 pounds is a lot. We'll see when I sit on it though. Okay, so here's the deal. I know it's been a minute. You're like, why are you wearing different shirts? Why'd you get fatter? Well, because it's been a little bit. What had happened was the thumb jam was jammed up from the shipping. So they had to send me another one. And I had to get it all the way from China. But in fact, it actually came from Jersey. Either way, had to put that on, put the new ensemble, and we're going to rock and roll. You good? You all right? You okay? Anything else you want to say? Let's get this. Turn this bad boy on. I gotta make sure that my extension is good. You see that? How I can bend over? And you don't see my butt crack? You see? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You feel it. The suspension.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Now, we're going to test the speed test of this sweet little jam. Something I do want to point out, though, before we ride this. So I have ridden it a little bit. Don't mind that little GPS tracker. But whether we are on 1, I'll show you the max speed we're going to get here. We're at 13. So that's 2. 3. We are moving. All right, so now you're going to say, I don't know if it's going to work in 3. Well, I mean, we go all the way up to 5. It's not really going to matter. All right, here we go. So 3 seconds holding down the throttle. Automatic. Let's see if I can do it. There you go. So we are in cruise control mode, automatically activated. Showing at 23. As much as like a pedal, doesn't really do anything. So that cruise control is super sweet. There's your cruise control. And that's all throttle, all throttle. Top gear. .48-volt, 15-amp SR6 by Asomtom. Okay, off the jump, I had a bad go with this, and it had nothing to do with them. It had to do with shipping. You know, when you're shipping something this large, it could jack things up. However, they did the right thing. They sent me a new throttle, and that allowed me to actually fix this and feel like I was a gearhead. Not for a throttle on an electric bike. All right, 4-inch tires. 750-watt rear hub motor. I feel like I went faster on this than all the other bikes. It might have said, now I didn't read the GPS yet, but whatever that was, keep in mind that a lot of these electric bikes that I'm doing reviews on, the speed that it shows on here versus the actual GPS speed that's in the corner, that's going to be more accurate than what this is. And it's usually faster than what the speedometer says. I got about 5 miles on this just going around the block. I don't know how good that drone shot, that's the new, well, it's not the new, it's the Skydio 2. Hopefully it came out good. Okay, anyway, so back to the bike. Air shock. I put it at 10 pounds. I think it goes up to 20. It's the first one that I actually have a mid suspension in the front and the front with your micro adjustments. You hear that? That sounds sexy. That's our micro adjustments, making it tighter or looser. You know what I really like about this bike? They make it in a green and orange. And I say, ooh, that's cool. Looks like camouflage, but that's not what that is. That's actually green and orange. That would work for camo though, and I get it, it's camouflage, but camouflage just sounds better, and it's the way that the A enunciates the U, followed by the G, and then the E with the C on the top. Camouflage. The black and white is sexy, it is. I like this whole ensemble here, and there is a Bluetooth module, but I couldn't find anything on the App Store in regards to connecting this. Also keep this in mind, I made this mistake. I feel like a fool. I was riding, I said, oh shit, I'm gonna do a stunt, I'm gonna do a stoppie. Uh-oh, this got a little loose. I said, this can't be right. Adjusted the screw, what's going on, man, what's up? There's 2 little tiny screws, go ahead and get the camera and show this. There's 2 little tiny screws. Make sure that you tighten these. The way it works, they're 5mm Allen keys, so when you screw these in all the way, there's a little bracket that kind of pushes against the stem. Keep the riser on there, pushes against the stem to make this tight. If you don't do that, this will be tight down, but it'll still rotate left and right. 4-inch tires. I don't even know this brand, by the way. CST BFT 26 4.0s. I love it. Riding in my 4.0 with my rag top down so my hair can't blow. You do have this little weird dongle, which is for an extra headlight. I don't know why you need that when you have this sexy beast that's built in here. Check this T light out, and then look at these little LED bars that light up. Ready? Watch this. Hold down the up button, boom, turns on. You see that? Sexy. And then if we hold it down, we will shut it off. Easy mode. Now if we go over here to the display, you'll see that we are in 0 mode now. That's just your 5 different pedal assists. And then holding that down will light up the headlight. And if we hold these 2 together, it will do absolutely something. There it is. P0, no idea. P1, P2, that's your miles per hour. 48 volt, which is the battery. 28 miles per hour. Does not allow you to go any faster than that. They have all these other P settings. People play around with these. I really do not recommend you to adjust any of these unless you know what you're doing. Why mess around with the controller? Are you trying to be a speed demon? And if you were, you wouldn't be getting this bike. You'd be getting one of those gems that are like a lot of money. So this being the first bike that I have that has an integral speedometer and the headlight, I do like that. I don't know why they have that extra plug. I mean, that could essentially, we could just put this in here like this. Just hide all that. There you go. That's it. Now it's gone. No more. Now you saw when I did my off-roading on my rocks and my grass. Huh? How about them drone shots or that 360 shot? You like that shit? You saw that when it handles it. This works extremely well, as does this. I don't know why some bikes have rear suspension. You don't really need it. Just kind of put it in the center section. Having air makes it that much more adjustable. If you want it to be stiffer, if you want to take this off-road, keep in mind though, with a rear hub motor, man, you don't have that uphill climb. You have to get going. And I always found it odd that you could take these e-bikes and you could be on something hard and it picks up like that. But the second it's on like soft ground, it just doesn't move. I'm not gonna do a test where I take this off-road on a beach or something, or in mud, dirt. Even though it does have the tires to do that, I think they just do fat tires just to be sexy. I would 100% recommend this. I really would. The price point that it's at, $15.99. It was originally $18.99. I know usually mentioning prices is not a good idea, because if you do mention prices and they lower, you're like, yo, dude, what? What are you doing? I saw this on sale for $6.55. Okay, so it's cheaper than the price that I'm giving you. Why are you complaining? If I had to take a guess, this bike is probably for someone like me. wants to feel cool, is overweight, mid-40s, and just wants to go fast with as little as less as effort as possible. That's what I'm getting from it. Now, you might say, Jay, I'm 18 years old. What do you need an e-bike for? Use your legs, young buck. This is for the fat old people that are out of shape and want to go fast and look cool while you're doing it, especially with the branding on the tires. The branding on the tires, when it spins like that, you've seen it before on the Michelins, the BF Goodriches, on the mag wheels where they're spinning and the word is moving with it. It just looks nice. Maybe get some paint, draw a line of sorts, and the color scheme is good. Would I recommend it for $15.99? Absolutely, I would. Absolutely. Especially if you're comparing this to the Aventyn. I'm just gonna put this out there right now. And no, they didn't pay me to say this. But Aventyn, their price point, I don't know why I'm talking like this, their price point, Aventyn's price point is a little ridiculous. For what this is, this would cost $1,800 and their tech support is in the buckets, trash buckets.